welcome to TSB Arena in Wellington for the fourth and final game of the Constellation Cup. The Silver Ferns, they won the third match in Hamilton, but Belinda, it was all about the Diamonds tonight. They won emphatically, and really from the very first whistle, you got the sense the intensity had increased from all three previous matches.
Yes, well, nothing like a wounded Australian side, and they really came out to prove it. You could see the intensity, even on the bench, the coach, there was just high standards right throughout the game, and they really took it to New Zealand, who really didn't have an answer for them.
But we're used to seeing Caitlin Bassett match with Steph Wood. Today, it was Gretel Tippett. They were unstoppable. Our defenders at times had no answer.
Well, I think it was been a bit of a revelation if you're an Australian Diamonds supporter seeing this combination in action tonight. They were really in tune with each other. Massive height advantage, two very tall players in there. Both sort of liked the shot under the post, but tonight it wasn't a problem. They were able to create so much space for each other and let the ball go. Beautiful interchanges between the two in circle, and they were delivered some great service from their mid-quarters on the outside as well.
In the mid-quarters, they were hitting that circle edge, wasn't it? It was making those feeds so much easier. One of those ladies, she was MVP, Kelsey Brown. She has been a huge find for this Australian Diamonds team.
She was beautiful to watch. Wing attack, one of the toughest positions out there to try and get the space, and she hit that circle edge, was able to deliver some beautiful ball into her shooters. At times, not even a New Zealand defender near her. Just such a mature game from her, and so much skill, pace, speed, a really explosive player. So yeah, a great combination out there with those shooters, and it all looks really positive on attack for these Diamonds.
It was a very physical match too, wasn't there? There was bodies on the ground from both teams. Were the Ferns more rattled by it though?
I don't think so. I think they know to expect that defensive pressure from the Australians, and yeah, I think it was more that they just weren't able to get the flow and connections on attack that cost them tonight.
Well, Captain Laura Langman, she did everything she could to try to get that flow going, but did she have enough support around her? It was a hard day in the office as the midi.
We always know you're going to get 110% from Langman. She has just got an amazing work rate and a desire to just continually want to be better and better. You'll never see her give up on court. She picked up some nice ball at times, and defensively as a unit I think we got enough deflections and tips and pickups, but again it was just the flow on attack that cost us. As we have a look at the shooting stats, firstly it was attempts at goal, pretty similar, but the goal percentage out of all the stats that really stands out, only 72% from New Zealand. It was been much higher in previous games, so that's a real point of concern. Turnovers, well, you want to sit around 20, so Australia actually having more turnovers is a surprising stat. And penalties, that's what you would expect between a New Zealand and Australian clash as well. Shooting stats, well, the individuals, Bassett and Tippett in the 80s, and that's ideally what you want to be at this level. We saw a variety of combinations for New Zealand, but unfortunately none were able to really get some good goal accuracy.
How would you sum up the Silver Ferns' performance over this cup? There was 4 matches. We saw improvements, we saw lulls, but has Nolene got them heading in the right direction?
Well, they've only had such a short time with Nolene, so I'd sum it up by saying there's a glimmer of hope, isn't there? We have seen that they know how to beat Australia and they can do it, and on the day that's all you need to have is that belief that you can do it, the courage to connect with each other, and more time with Nolene. It's going to be great to see how this team develops and grows.
Well, they have 9 months until it is the World Cup. We saw improvements over this series, not quite the results you wanted to see as a Silver Fern fan, but congratulations to the Australian Diamonds, the Constellation Cup winners in 2018. The final score, 58-47.